Yes, we're talking season 4. It picks up, man. Stakes are higher.
I got the episode list here.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Do you want to just kind of go through the episodes?
Absolute.
I mean, I'd say watch it and end.
Oh, yeah.
But the first episode, it's that's when Mark, I think, punches the guy through the face and kills him, and everyone's like, "Geesh," because it's like an alien dude. Yeah. Which I'm like, I remember that episode. I'm like, all right, that's fun, you know. I think episode 2 was the one where...
And that's Nolan and Alan.
No, that's Nolan. Nolan and Alan. I like this one a lot. I love...
Nolan.
To me, that was more interesting. I like the Nolan. You know me, I love a good redemption, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like, you think back, I'm like, this guy, I mean... If you go back to season 1 or 2 or whatever, and it's like, oh, she's my pet, and he murdered all these people, I'm like, there's no way this guy can come back from this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this season, he's starting to actually get better here, and he's trying to wrong his rights.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the one where the Emperor Argol is like, oh, I'm actually the traitor for the Viltrumites. And I think this is where he reveals, like, he had that whole poison thing that killed most of the Viltrumites, and there's only like 50 of them.
The Scourge.
Episode 3.
Is that the one where they fight the dragon with Oliver?
Yeah, that one I'm like, it didn't really seem like it was needed to really be there. And then episode 4 was the Hell Satan one.
The lowest rated episode.
Yeah, that one's sucked. And to me, you're into the show, and if you're investing, you're like, you know, there's 8 episodes. And I'm like, you wasted, honestly, probably episode 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Didn't really add anything to me. It's just like, oh, we need a filler. And I'm like, you could take these two, 60 minutes or however long the episodes are, 70 minutes combined, and add it into like more of like the main story of like, all right, let's spend more time with Nolan and on that one planet with the dinosaurs instead of 5 minutes, like, or, you know, just add on to more of these things and add an extra episode too, because that, especially that Satan one, which I mean everyone hates apparently, it's just like this brings nothing. It's a boring episode, and you're like, well, obviously they're gonna do something with this hell guy, and you just never see him again. And I'm just like, no one wants this, right? Maybe it's because the episode after this is where it really picks up, because that's when he fights Conquest and almost dies and all that. Because then you're like, oh, I'm back on it. And it's like after episode 5, so that's the one where, Mark's getting disemboweled by Conquest, and you're like, obviously he's not dead, but you're like, how is he not dead? You know, it's like the Walking Dead episode where Glenn's like surrounded by walkers, and he's under a car, and you're like, there's literally no way he can get out, and then magically somehow he didn't die from it. But that episode, that's great. Where we're like,
that's peak.
But this is one where it's like, oh, I have to wait a week for this. That was the first time I'm like, you kidding me? I want more now. Let's see, episode 6.
That's where it's like the recovery. The Nolan and Oliver are like on the planet killing the bugs, and everyone else is fighting the war.
Yeah.
It's like gearing up for episode 7, which was one of the best episodes.
That was the best, probably.
I think so, yeah. Oh, I'm talking the series.
Yeah, to me, that was the super hyped for, because, they fight. Thragg beheads the betrayer. I mean, they're all fighting. Nolan's beat up. Mark's beat up. Oliver's beat up. You're just gung-ho. And then the last episode, to me, was just like, honestly, it was a letdown. And this one is more prevalent. You know this is the last episode. Counting down, like, there's 30 minutes left. Come on, give me something.
You gotta do something.
20 minutes left. I don't care about 10 minutes on abortion or whatever. I'm like, God, give me something better here. And
they
to me,
cheekily
that was just...
named it "Don't Leave Me Hanging." That's the name of the episode. And I was like,
really?
You left me hanging. The last episode, I'm like, I don't know where this is going to go. If they would have had a big battle and like destroyed everything, I was like, it would have been cool, but episode 8 isn't as good as 7, but it sets it up for a way more interesting season down the road.
I was getting annoyed because they do 4 or 5 of the Mark scene, Thragg kill someone.
I got annoyed at those.
And I'm like, I know one of these is going to be real. I get that's what you're setting up, but it's still just like bugging me.
Cons, Oliver. Get him out of here. He's a liability. Boy's a joke. He's got to grow up. He's got to... I fought Conquest. Give me a break. And his dad even told him, don't go after Thragg. And what does he do? Gets his jaw ripped off and like, you deserved it, buddy.
Hey, dickhead! A black hole call. He wants it sucked back!
You are not one of us.
I I wanted more Battle Beast, Steve.
Oh, yes. I love me some Battle Beast. I think next season we're in for a good battle with the Beast, if you know what I mean.
I hope so, because, he's only in it for like 2 or 3 episodes, because he's missing and they find him. And I mean, this is the pros, but his little delivery and like, oh, what's your last meal or whatever? I'd love Dave's spaghetti, mom's spaghetti, whatever. Yeah. And then it's just like,
my final meal will be my own blood as I choke on it, breathing my last breath after a legendary battle with a superior opponent. That will be a satisfying meal indeed.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this guy, I love
this dude. Look at
Battle
this dude.
Beast.
He's great, yeah.
And then I thought, the Hell episode was pointless and a waste. I didn't get the point of, because the last season they fight and he beats Conquest, but then Cecil keeps him underground. And then it's this one, it's like, it doesn't even show him like escaping or anything, or like what their plans was. It's just like, oh, he woke up and he flew and left. Mm-hmm. And then he dies like 2 episodes later from Mark. Yeah. I'm just like, what was the point behind this? Like, did they get valuable information, or like what was their logic of like, oh, let me keep the strongest guy here that just killed thousands. Let's keep him alive in our little basement thing with like cement. That'll stop him, I'm like,
it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
A lot of people dogging on the animation. They're like, this looks awful, it's like whatever. I get it, because sometimes it's noticeably bad. There's frames where characters disappear. There's parts where Mark turns into Paul. Would you rather have top-notch, like high-quality animation, but take like 2 or 3 years in between? Or would you rather have it as is and just
pump
yearly?
It out? To me,
that's what I'm saying.
I wasn't too mad about it.
Because the story is so good. The animation, just get through it because the story is so engaging. Mm-hmm. But I totally get where people are coming from. There's parts where like a JPEG file comes across and you're like, ooh, that looks...
Yeah.
That's kind of distracting at times. So it's like a pro and con, because I get it. They have to pump this out. Allegedly, they only have about 4 to 6 people working on the animation for the show.
Get 7. Get another man.
Get a little bit more.
There you go. Problem solved.
Look at you solving problems.
Con, I kind of forgot. Mark is kind of pissing me off. Like, he's just very annoying and whiny a lot. But yeah, especially that last episode. It's like, I'm so scared. Oh, man. Oh, I see my mom got her head ripped off. Oh, big deal, buddy.
Gosh. You're a coward.
You're a coward. I don't really get what the robot girl does that
exactly.
Well. I'm like, you could have got anyone from Earth, and you chose like a poor man's Iron Man, I guess. I don't know. Like, she builds them jetpacks, maybe? Is that what it is?
I'm sure it's more fleshed out in the comic. And she probably does more in the comic. Or it's actually a man in the comic. They gender swapped her. But yeah, she just seemed kind of... It's on the same tier as Oliver. I think this season, best Nolan we've seen so far. You're talking redemption arc. I'm all about it. It's fantastic. J.K. Simmons, great stuff. His voice acting, fantastic. Conquest fight, great stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's just choking him. Odd maneuver to go that way.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'd say, but they got the job done. And I actually had to look this up because, he's tearing out his guts. And I'm like, how is he alive after this? And then Nolan gets, impaled. And apparently the Viltrumites, like, the only way to kill them is to cut their heads off or, like, rip their hearts out.
Like the vampires in Twilight.
Just like the vampires in Twilight.
You need a wood stake or fire.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a good show. I give it like...
It's a great show.
8 out of 10, maybe?
I give it 8.5. I'm leaning towards 9, honestly.
Oh, wow.
Because what makes a good show for me is when I can't stop thinking about it. I gotta watch I've watched that Thragg fight so many times since then. Thragg's so darn good, and I'm like, I thought they couldn't come up with a more compelling, like, antagonist for Mark than Conquest. They done it. Now it's just anticipation, waiting to see not only what Mark has to do to get to the next level to reach Thragg, or like how the story's going to progress. And then Battle Beast is coming, and next season is going to try to fight Thragg and everything. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I know.
Right? I just can't wait. It's
gonna be I'm sure they're going to kill my boy, but he'll die a happy boy. He's a good boy.
Thanks for watching these highlights of our episode of the Stale Popcorn Podcast. If you want to listen to the full episode, check out the links in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you do that with your favorite YouTuber, I'm sure they would appreciate it too. Thanks, and have a great day.